quick recap. I'm gonna do a quick recap on the trade we had last week. So we had a you good? I hope you're good, Abel. I hope everything's going good with you. Right. Okay. Right. So a quick recap on what we did last week on Bitcoin. So this was a trade I was actually in. This was the only trade I was in last week. So it kind of changed course as we moved in. So we agreed to go on in Bitcoin on the 23rd and hoping that everything goes our way, like climbed up. But look at what happened. We had something different happen. So on the 23rd, as expected, sometime around 23rd, right here, price started going up. And all of a sudden on Friday, I think, no, was it on Friday? Yeah, Friday. It should be on Friday. We had that on that Black Friday. We had this dropped. And I have to say, this right here is not expected. There's a massive dump in volume that was not expected. I don't know where that came from. I have to be frankly honest with you. I am really not sure where this came from. This literally caught me totally off guard. The grace that I had was I was in from somewhere around here. Then I had a position, I think somewhere around here. So when that fall came in, I was able to come out because of my EA does adjust positions as I go along, and it takes charge of it. So that makes things slightly more unpredictable for me in regards to Bitcoin. And since it's fell, it's literally lingering around this position, right? So I don't know, maybe anybody has any news of what might have happened on Black Friday for Bitcoin, because I don't know if that affected people. Maybe people pulled out their money and used it to buy something. Maybe there was a news that happened on that day. I mean, Aslan was telling me that the Bitcoin is being banned in probably Pakistan or India or some, and I don't know. I have to be totally and brutally honest. I have absolutely no clue what happened. We've traded this so far, and we've traded this, I think we're trading this from September around here. So we bought in, we sold, and we bought again, so we made profit from here, we made profit from here, and right here, we made a tiny bit, just a tiny bit of profit because this came, cleared it all out. So in my regard is, for everybody that trades, things happen in trading that you cannot control, right? And for that reason, you have to be extraordinarily careful. So if you're in a position and you're in profit, make sure you lock it in so you don't get caught off guard, So that's what I would, try to say, I would recommend we should guard against. But that being said, I would go on to today's trade. Let me just pull out notes quickly. And let's see what we can find. So we're going to do a top-down, bottom approach. So we check the COT first, and once we see COT report, we're going to check everything else that we can check to see what we can find to trade this week. So I'm just going to load everything up on the COT report first. My first approach. All right, so now quickly just want to look into, excuse me, I have a few things on my table right here that I need to clear off. So let me just quickly look into the way they're looking at right now. So we look into NZD, and NZD doesn't look good, so we're going to skip that quickly. Let's see which one is next. I'm just going to click on everything, make sure that the system loads them properly. So the next one here is AUD. AUD looks like a buy. So we're going to put AUD long. And just classify this as COT report. COT. So AUD is long. I mean, we can see that right here. And actually, this data was on the 16th. So yeah, we haven't had the 23rd data yet. So this data is literally lagging. And that's another problem right now. This is lagging data. So let me see. Let me check on the raw data if new report has been out. Okay, so yeah, new report is not out yet. So we still have to just keep looking at this. But keep in mind, once the new report comes out, you want to pay attention to the report that comes out on the 23rd, right? Not the one that is on the 16th. But for what we have here so far, this trades will be all the trade I'm going to analyze since the COT report on the 16th are going to be on the higher risk end because the data lagged. Maybe there's a holiday in in the States or something. That's why we don't have the updated data on the COT report. But keep in mind, this will all be high risk trade because of this is a week lag data. So AUD will go long. Now GBP, whoa, guys are pumping this up. So let's see, that goes long. We go long on this one. Then one next, we're gonna go CAD. We don't have a clue where to go in that one. USD, no clue. Okay. Euro also is going long. They're kind of mimicking GBP, or GBP is mimicking them. I don't know. Well, everything's looking like long right now. And Japanese yen, we see short, right? JPY, go for short, right? And what next? We go for now this is negligible. I'm just gonna neglect this for now because it's too small. And finally, gold, we go gold short. Even though we do have some position point in long, we go gold and then we'll go short. So far, these are the assets that we have to go with. Give me 2 seconds, please. So these are the assets that we have to go with. And what we're gonna do now is quickly look at we quickly look at the, look at the assets and compare if we can find any move that's going in our direction. I mean, gold was short, right? Yeah, but we do have long momentum in there. And also, I just like to check this to make sure that, I'm reading it properly. I've done that already. So let's check gold. Gold, let's see what we have here in gold. So today's date is 11th, right? 28th, my bad, and the month is 11th. So the gold short move is most likely going to start here, somewhere around here. So on the 4th, so it's from the start of the month. So let's see, for example, probably gold move is going to start from next week, but currently right now, gold should be reaching, the maximum and expecting it. I mean, oh, wow. Looking at that on the daily already, it's kind of like struggling already. So gold literally is almost at its last run before it starts falling for the rest of the year. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait till next week for this one. Ideally, we want to see a pullback, maybe a pullback to somewhere around here. Pull back to somewhere around here, and from there we sell gold. We sell gold down. So gold is one thing we should keep our eye out for, because this move is going to be a long-term move. What I'm literally trying to chase is the long-term move. So it's going to be long-term in the sense that it's going to be almost till the end of December, and then we're going to ride it back up. So what we want to do ideally is maybe gold comes all the way here, does a, wow, it's already done double bottom a few times, triple top bottom as well. Like, so this level here seems to be a very good level for gold to gain support from. So it's been unable to breach it. I mean, it's tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, so maybe the 6th time, the 6th attempt, it could break, but I doubt that, depending on what COT report gets released on that, then we might see gold go up. So we want to ride gold down, a few more pips, maybe maybe 1,000 pips, and then ride it all the way back up to February. And if February goes good, we should be able to get another 2,000 pips from that. So 3,000 pips in total from gold. Even with a 0.10 position, if everything goes good, you should make 3,000 pounds or $3,000, whichever currency is your base currency trading, you know. So that's that one right there for gold. So for now, gold, we cannot really put it down for trade this week because the seasonality is still a bit iffy. And next week on the 4th will be an ideal time to look for it. But the move could happen before the 4th. There's a high possibility it could happen before the 4th. It could happen on the 3rd, for example. You know, it could happen on the 3rd. It could happen on the 2nd. But to be on the safest side, I'll just choose, you know, the 4th right here to be the safest part for. So gold. And 4th seems to be a Saturday, actually, I think. Yeah. So the market is not going to be open. So 6th might be ideal, or 5th, right? So 6th might be ideal or 5th. And let's check what 6th look like. That's 7. Yeah, maybe 6th though. Yeah, 6th. You know, the funny thing is we might actually be able to get gold this week, maybe on the 3rd, but it'll be a risky trade. Let's see what probability has to say about that. It'll be risky. It'll be a very risky trade, but we might be able to get it this week. All right, let's just quickly check into probability and see what we can find on gold. So all right, so gold we can find, yeah, so on the 30th of the month we expect a fall, but we're not looking for 30th. We're looking for, yeah, okay, maybe not, we should just wait it out till around the 6th might be the ideal stuff. So not this week, the next week will be the best time to look for a trade in gold. Then up next would be AUD. Let's quickly check out AUD. Let's see what we have for AUD in this run. So the day 28. All right. AUD is proposing long, right? But I wouldn't want to risk it because, you know, I wouldn't really want to risk it. It's doable from the 30th. From the 30th would be a good option to go for long on AUD, but currently from the looks of it, I wouldn't risk it. I won't risk it with AUD right now. So sure, next week. So for that reason, AUD has been taken out of the equation, you know. Let's quickly check GBP. So GBP says long, right? Let's see what we can find on GBP for long. 28. So today's 28, right? Okay, that looks beautiful. So the market could open and we can expect GBP to go long, you know, this week, and it's going to go long up until the 3rd. So now what we can do in regards to this is we can actually quickly compare, you know, the GBP assets. So so we can quickly compare all the wrong thing. We can compare the GBP assets. All right. And I also understand that the time change is going to literally affect the way people turn up. I really apologize for it, but that's how the time here in Europe is. They do their magic and time goes backward 1 hour or forward 1 hour. So I know some people in different part of the world that this is super late for them. So I sincerely apologize. Turnout might not be the same as before, or might be better. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So on the 28th, so I want to see GBP gain strength from the 28th, right? And what we want to look at is this. Okay, so 29th, we see that strength. 30th, we see strength. And we just look for one more, we'll see strength. So which asset is this? GBP CHF. So this one, GBP CHF, will be a trade for us this week. Keep in mind, this is also still going to be on a high risk trade because we're still looking at the COT report from last week. So that would also mean that, we have to be extremely careful. And from the bat, this is a weekly chart, by the way, so what I'm looking at here is a weekly chart. We can see that price is almost about to get into a support region right here, right? So if I look at that on the daily, okay, good, beautiful. So it's already crashed down, and this happened last week, so from what I can see, I can mark this out. Also get the PZ support and resistance, because it's always good to, it makes the work easier, basically. It makes it easier because that way I don't really need to go back into checking into the zone. It literally gives me where I should go in. I mean, from PZ is stating I should go in somewhere around here, but that's no, that's about 90 some pips away. But if you look at also PZ also states right here will be a good support region, which price is already respected. So what we can try to see is maybe we can see a region around here. Okay, beautiful. So around here will be a good ideal entry spot right here. So GBP CHF will be an entry from today, okay, tomorrow, basically. So the first trade will be GBP CHF long day exit. I think the exit would be, was it third? Exit, we can exit on the first actually, but if we look at this says the third, but I would choose this exit right here, the first, right, before that pullback and the extra. So exit first, right? So that would be the first trade to look into. So GBP CHF long exit first, right? And next in line, let's see GBP JPY. Let's see, we have that 2 days. Same principle applies. GBP JPY, I don't even need to pull up the chart in this instant. I can still pull it up, but yeah. So exact same principle applies. So if we go and put up where is that spread? Okay. William spread. Yeah. So if I put it on the daily, you can see that curve already for the CHF. So that looks good. It should ideally be like a lower risk trade, but because of we're dealing with an old CO2 report data, so that won't work. Same thing applies here. So we're looking for long. This is already coming to this region. This region is a support region right here. Right here, and the main reason I picked it as support is because the price got here. Just the same principle here. You can see when price leaves the zone, price left and came back and tested this region right here, even went into the candle for a moment and then left that zone. And the same thing is happening right here. Price is already coming, tested a week. This time around didn't go into the candle, but I mean, right here will be the ideal between, since the previous time it shows the candle price when between the candle, it will be between here and here will be the ideal part. So but what we can see here is buy. I mean, you can always see this. I mean, it's already oversold, so what we can do is look for a buy into this asset. So GBP JPY also is a buy. All right, now euro, we can see that euro is already going long and GBP is already going long. I don't want to be in between the tug of war between these two people, so I'm just going to let them play it out. Ideally, we might see a long in it, but I'm not going to trade it because both of them are going the same way. And if you look at a euro JPY, you're saying euro is going to be weak, so GBP is meant to gain strength all over till he only gave us 2 days out of 3 that I like, so I'm going to let that go anyway. So next in line will be GBP USD. Let's see. So bye. Okay. Yeah. So GBP USD, the same exact predicament. USD. We're going on. So exact same predicament for GBP USD, right? And the next thing is GBP CAD. Okay, GBP CAD, we're gonna let that go. We don't need to touch that. GBP AUD. Now we knew that the CO2 report from AUD was pointing long. So ideally, I don't want to touch that, and it doesn't even look good on probability anyway. So And then let's check GBP NZD. Okay, we have 100% there on GBP NZD. So nothing here but 100% buy day on that. So what we're gonna quickly do is pull up the GBP NZD, and from the looks of it, GBP is already going up. So what I want to expect, to happen with GBP is this 50-50 day tomorrow, which is 29, price should go down. So giving space for this buy move. So ideally is what I want to see is price come down. If price comes down, I'll be more confident to go into the 100% buy move. Keep in mind, because of the coronavirus and all of that stuff, market is slightly different. So the 100% might not play out this year, but it might play out. But so far, it looks like it might possibly play out. So GBP NZD, this would be literally our lowest risk trade. Long for a day. And that will be the 30th. So this is normally something I really do get excited about. So on the 30th, come on the 30th, I'm just going to buy, close my eyes. At the end of that day, on the 30th, I close my trade, and 100% I should win that trade. 100% means it's definitely going to go by, even if it's just by 1 pip or 2 pips or whatever pips it goes by, it will go by. And from looking at this anyway, price has already entered into this resistance region right here. So what I'm expecting is price should drop and come back to somewhere around here for support. Price should come back somewhere around here for support. Now, when price comes back around here for support, like tomorrow, then price should go back one more time to retest. And this ideal spot right here, once price hit the bottom right here, could be my take profit. So if price does come around here, I could be able to take 100 pips off the table. If price comes somewhere around here, I should be able to take 65 pips off the table. And if price comes somewhere around here, opens from somewhere around here, 111 pips on the table. Either ways, you should still be able to profit between 65 pips to 100 plus pips on this trade. So if you want to be on the safer side, just come here. But make sure, if you want to be the most safest, if you say, I don't want to risk anything this week, you want tomorrow candle for this to be sell. If that's sell, you're much more confident to go on and buy. Okay, so that would be that 100% date right there. And so that's it for GBP NZD. So far, is there any questions in regards to this trade? So these 4 trades right here, is there any questions in regards to any of them? And also, I just noticed something. Since JPY is already short and we already have this as long, so that's good. We have a long versus a short. So that literally gives us a good chance of having this trade go, go. Check. Right. Thank you very much for that. My sound card must have disconnected. I don't know why. Thank you very much for pointing that out. All right, cool. So the next thing we're going to check is euro, right? Well, 3, 6, 7. Okay. So we see the same exact process for euro, right? We're looking for exact same positions long on euro, and we'll start from CHF. Now, because we know that GBP is already knocking out the CHF on this, there's a higher probability that euro is going to do exactly the same thing. So we're going to buy. It only gives us 2 days, so I normally like it to be 3 days. If you check the euro asset anyway, oh my bad, I haven't even checked the euro seasonality. I just assume that it's going to go up. If the euro seasonality does go up, then that's a good chance. Yeah, so it does go up from the 28th. So so we're going to have that, and that even looks much more better than the GBP one. So Yeah, we can do the Euro CHF, but I don't want to do it because it doesn't have 3 days. I only have 2 days, but I'll still leave it there just for the sake of it. So I'm going to look for JPY. We know JPY is going short on the seasonality, on the COT report, so we're good. So yeah, we have Euro JPY. Okay. We have JPY, and we have the same exact predicament for Euro JPY. Now let's see Euro USD. Um, no, it doesn't really look good for us in Euro USD. I just stay away from it. The main reason I said that is because the first day, it's already giving me euros going down, and then next day buy, you know, and then buy, but doesn't give me a sell in between. I want 3 days clean on the buy. It gives me much more peace of mind when I'm going into the market. So Euro CAD doesn't look good neither. So 50-50 is too much for me. All right. So I'm gonna let that go. Then Euro GBP, since we already know GBP is going long, Euro is going long, we just want to stay away. Let them do their fight. We don't want to be in there. All right. Next thing is Euro AUD. Doesn't really look good, so let that slide. Then Euro NZD. Let's see. Euro NZD also does not look good, so which leaves us with Euro CHF. I mean, this is a higher risk trade. You have 2 days instead of 3. So no, I'm just gonna let it go. We already have more than enough trade here anyway. This is a lot of stuff to look into. So the next thing to look into is JPY, and let's see what we can find for JPY. If we can find an ideal, an ideal sell point, might be good. So 28 right here, that's what we are. So JPY is meant to go short, right? So that's looking okay. So the next thing we want to do is JPY. Just pull out of JPY for a second. We already know your JPY in that direction. I don't really need to open this up because we already know this. And I think Euro JPY is also, going that direction. So, right. So for the JPY, this is what we have. Let's see CHF JPY. So what we'd be expecting is CHF to go long. On those days, JPY is going short, and it does look like it. It actually gives us plain buy. So CHF JPY is one to look into. CHF JPY long from Monday. Exit. When would our exit be? So if that happens, I mean, it's not going to be a smooth ride. It's going to be consolidation, but it's giving us exit on the 8th, right? The 8th right here will be the exit, right? So CHF JPY, all right. I mean, we can hold it to the 8th. All right. We can actually hold that to the 8th, exit 8th, right? It could be longer than the 8th, but I can try to risk it to that. So let's check what it looks like. CHF JPY. Now we know JPY, CHF have been falling over a few days, so which is good. So at least when the buy kicks in, we're good. But also what we can see is out of all the other assets that we've seen them falling heavy against the JPY because JPY did its final push, but CHF didn't really fall that much against it. So, and we already having a small curve showing that we might have a buy coming into play. So William already gave us that the seller, the seller's in play anyway. So, there's a support right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for price to, do a little bit of opening stuff. And once price goes above this, probably around this support 122.761 or 760, then I look for a buy, and then I'll hold that till, whenever it is. And looking at this, so most likely your take profit will be a double top. Take profit will most likely be a double top. There's a higher probability of that, and it's not that much, about 289 pips, so it'd be good. Be good with that one in the play. So next asset to look at, we've seen CHF JPY, so we can take that off. USD JPY, let's see if JPY loses strength, we're good to go. We have that. Buy. No, we're not going to touch it. It's too mixed. I want a clear feel. I want a clear feeling. All right. CAD also does the same. It's not giving me that clear feel. It's giving me here, but I don't really like that. So I'm gonna let it go. Since we have so much trade, so I don't want to be stressing myself for over trades. How come? So we have AUD JPY pointing up, 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 up. Okay, so AUD JPY is also another one. And the exit might actually be the 8th as well. But let me just quickly verify. No, I'm gonna exit on the 3rd because I have 50-50 right here. So I'm just gonna exit on the 3rd. So AUD JPY exit will be on the 3rd, and if we check it on the chart quickly, yeah, we're seeing it's already fallen, and the beautiful part is it's fallen into a support region right here. It's falling into support region right here. You can see that was the same support region that moved it up. Now it's back in that region, and we're expecting it to move it up as well. Take profit, if I'm not mistaken, should be price picks up right here. Take profit will probably be somewhere around here. See this line right here, right? Like A2, A2.3, 82.36 will be exit. So about 170 some pips, 168 pips would be sufficient. I mean, I can go into this trade even the way it is right now because I already have that spike up, and this should ideally win, and exit here. But most likely market will probably gap up, maybe gap up to the upside, come back and retest this, and then just buy that, hold and take profit there. So next thing is NZD JPY, right? NZD JPY, bye. Yeah, so we have 3 days on NZD JPY, and let's see what we have. Yeah, price is bottoming out all the way here. I need to delete that. All right, so price is here. I'll wait for price to get here. I can see the curve from the Williams, so I'm just gonna wait for price to get here. NZD JPY, I'm gonna buy it and exit on the, I think on the 1st would be. Yeah, 1st. I don't want the 50-50, so I'll buy it and then exit on the 1st. All right, I'm gonna go along. All right, so 1st. So literally those would be the trade. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades. Now there's 8 trades right here. You don't have to take all 8 trades. You just have to look at the one which resonates most with you, which would accommodate your strategy, and just trade one of those 8 or 2 of those 8s, and whichever one you feel most comfortable with, and if you think you want to trade the entire 8, you can trade the entire 8. They're on the high risk part, because remember the COT report is a week lag. It's not the normal week lag that we normally have, but this is like a week plus lag. So we have like a week and a few days lag. So that's not really good for us, but we'll still take it like that. But you should be fine with these 8 trades, okay? If we don't have any sudden weird stuff just coming to play to the market should ideally play along exactly as we're expecting it. So is there any questions that you want me to address? We kind of didn't have too much participant today, but it's okay. I'm okay with it with you guys. Is there any questions in regards to any of these trades, or are you guys okay with this trade? And one thing I want to touch on is Bitcoin. For now, we just have to observe, right? We're going to do a reanalysis and observe that trade again. It's still live, but it's all good. Thanks, Abel. All right, cool. So just going to observe Bitcoin and see how that plays out. So if it plays out, if it start responding, we'll take that trade. If it doesn't respond, we're just going to stay away from it. Excuse me. Okay. Bitcoin out, yeah, we can check Bitcoin. We have a few moments. Because currently, right now, anyway, the way Bitcoin is playing out funny. I don't understand. If I tell you I do understand, I'm joking. I do not understand what's happening. Uh, all I can see is a support right here, right now, and what's it called? The seasonality chart is still showing us a buy. I haven't put the probability for Bitcoin up here. Maybe if I check into the probability, that might make a little bit more sense to me. But I don't know, but I'll have to check. I actually have to check the probability, see if it makes a little bit more sense. So currently right now we are here, 28. As you can see, we didn't really see any down movement. We didn't really expect anything. The closest to expectation was just a curve in the graph, but that still shows up. So for some reason, it's respected everything from this point to this point, and all of a sudden right here, it broke away. Right, 26, it broke away. So I don't know what's happening. I have no clue. I will check probability just to confirm, but I think the next entry should be 29th, or to be safest on the 1st. If we look on the 29th, if it picked up a little bit to the 30th and then 30th pull back a little bit, then we're going in the 1st. So if we look now and price comes down here, goes up a little bit, then pulls back a little bit, then I'll be more confident to go in on the 1st to buy. And then maybe Bitcoin might actually top into 70K this year, somewhere around here, and just call it a trade for that. I'll take my profit and walk away. Okay, so that's literally all we have time for today, guys. Thank you very much for attending. I really appreciate you guys showing up, and if you have any questions, just let me know on the chat room, and I'll be able to help with that. But so far, these are the trades that we're looking at. Okay, so thank you very much, guys, for attending, and God bless you all. I will catch you guys in the week to come. So have a lovely trading week and stay safe. Take care, guys. You're welcome.